Hey, hi Vinayak.
Hi, Shania.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. What about you?
Yeah, I'm doing great as well. So I got to know that you got placed in PhonePe.
Yeah,
So how was it? Like it was an on-campus placement or off-campus placement?
no, it was an on-campus drive and it's my college.
Okay. So what was your coursework or academics which you did in your college, and how was like your studies from the very beginning? You were a very excellent student, or you were just an average student, or what about it? Just give a brief to our audience.
So I was pretty much an average student. I was not very good at studies, but still I was able to score 85-90%. So starting from my schooling, I completed my 10 till 10th in Ajmer and then 11th, 12th in Kota. I prepared for Comet K and gave Comet K papers. So I got a college seat in DSATM for computer science branch. So, pretty beginning of my college itself, I was as a computer science engineer, I was I had no knowledge about coding. What is coding and how do we code things? So, but still, I figured out my way. In the first year of my college, I started with basic C programming, and learned some loops, variables, if else, conditionals, and like that. And then things took off from there. My coursework was computer science engineering. B.
Okay. Okay. So I see you didn't had any background, like technical background before joining college.
Yeah, yeah,
Is
basically
it?
in 11th, 12th also I had physical education as my elective, not computer science.
Okay. So yeah, that's good. But then how you like when you joined college in your very first year, how you what is a thing which was going in your brain? Like how you did which stream you chose? Like there are many streams like machine learning, AI, development, DevOps. There are many streams. So how you begin your career, your projects, how and along with that what is your CGPA? Can I know?
My CGPA currently stands at around 9.0. I'm not pretty sure what is it, but
Yeah,
around 9
but it's a
CGPA.
very good CGPA.
Thank you.
So how you managed all these things all together?
I'll start from the beginning itself. So coming to the first year of my college, since everybody was doing coding, I also started coding. I learned C, then C++. And then I took a course on DSA, which was from Apna College, in which they were teaching DSA in Java. So I learned pretty much basics about Java from there. That thing took off, and then after starting from DSA, not I did not go very deep into DSA. Basic structures like arrays, lists, and then stacks, queues, linked lists. I did not go very deep into trees and graphs, etc. But that helped me to know what coding is and why do we actually code things out. And but pretty much after some time, I explored things like development and I got my interest pretty much more in that. I started with web development, learned front end, that is HTML, CSS, JavaScript, how things go, how we see web pages. And rather than DSA, I developed my interest more into development side. Then I learned React and followed up in that year, second year, I learned more on React, learning more on React. And at the same time, I thought not just front end, let's explore back end also. So Node.js runtime, how Node.js works, trying to code some backend using Express in Node.js. So pretty much first and second year were like my learning phase, where I learned a lot, including all the front end technologies, web end technologies. I do not spend much of my time in AI or ML. My peer mates were majorly focusing on AI ML as a booming career, but still I thought let's get into the base first and then we'll look into AI and ML if needed in the future. So yeah, second year I learned backend, Node.js, Express, Stack as people usually say it, Stack. But following up in the third year, I started learning React and more into React advanced concepts of React, and then shifting to from React to Next.js framework.
Okay.
Most of my Coursework didn't involve any of those things. College was going side by side. I used to prepare 2 to 3 days before exams, get onto exams, get an average marks. But yeah, if I think I tell you from a technical perspective, pretty much everything was on YouTube. I
Okay, okay,
learned
yeah.
everything on YouTube.
Okay. So what is your role in PhonePe right now?
I got selected for information security engineer.
Okay, so it's like very much related to cyber security, if I'm not
Yeah.
wrong. So in your earlier college days, like you have any projects related to cyber security, or you had anything like any certifications or any learning you did in your college based on cyber security or something like that?
Not really because like cybersecurity is as new to me as you guys. So I had no knowledge in cybersecurity, but like during development, you have some certain parameters that you have. Like if you're developing some application, you have to maintain this authentication, authorization, security parameters. So this was the basic knowledge that I had on cybersecurity. Yeah, these things you have to maintain so that hacker does not is not able to hack your website. So that is the only cybersecurity thing I had. But rather than that, no security background, nothing like that.
So your internship started, right?
Yeah, my internship started from November.
So how is it
It's
going?
going very
Like
good.
any insight if
Yeah.
you okay. So, like, what was your campus placement process? How many rounds was there? Any like how many technical rounds, coding round, and HR round like that? How many rounds do you have?
Basically, we had 3 rounds. The first round was the MCQ come DSA question round. So, like, we had 60 questions in which 55 were MCQs, and the last 5 questions were pretty basic DSA questions. The basic overall gist of the first test was around Linux and some basic Java implementation and normal system design and computer science related MCQ questions.
System
Though,
design was covered in that
yeah.
MCQ.
So we had very basic, not I won't say that it was like very in depth, but yeah, a very basic of computer science as a subject altogether mixed up DBMS concepts, Linux concepts. SQL was asked in very depth. So SQL, yeah. So 55
So that
questions were around computer related MCQs, and the last 5 questions were DSA questions.
okay. How much time you were given for solving all these
Around
questions?
60 minutes.
60
60
minutes. You had
questions.
60
Uh,
minutes.
60 questions, 60
Oh,
minutes. So, like I should tell you that the questionnaire or the paper mainly focus on the speed rather than if you are making it right or wrong. So, yeah.
okay. And what was the technical round like? Like it was particularly based on a project or DSA or something related to cybersecurity? Anything?
So, then the second round began on the next day. So, we got a list of shortlisted for the first round, and the second, like the whole process was virtual. So the second round, I got a call. So like you are selected for the second round. So we had an interview in which like the same things continued. Whatever was in the JD, same was asked. Pretty much basics about Linux. What is Linux? What is Linux kernel? What is authentication authorization? How do you implement it? And then if I remember what codings you have done, knowing more about me, what technology stack that I'm
They
working
did
on.
they ask about your projects? Did they ask about your projects?
Not pretty much in the first round. They asked what they had, like they had a
So,
prepared set of questions they had. So they were focused on those questions only. What is HTTPS? What is HTTP? What is SQL injection? And some they had a pretty much set of questionnaire. They were not interested in projects in the first round.
so how many rounds you had? Like particularly speaking,
Three rounds. I said 3 rounds.
3 rounds. Okay. And what was the most challenging part in this full
Challenging part for me, the whole was
placement
the
process?
last round because I had directly interview with the manager, and the manager was like more. He was not asking me questions, but he was like going in depth what I did, what project I did, and what all security implementation I implemented in my projects, how SSL certificates work. So it was like pretty much like I was only going in depth of my project that I never thought of.
Okay. So you had any internship before PhonePe?
Not really. Like I had a internship under my professor, but it was not properly taken. But I had one internship that I was working under my professor.
Okay. So it was helpful for you?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, it obviously motivated me to learn React, React Native, and other frameworks. And this was like my kick through. Okay, yeah, you have to learn React. You have to build application for whatever is required.
Okay, so what resources you'll recommend to other students if if they are preparing for placement, still you are in fourth year, so still placements are going on for fourth year student as well as third year student. So what you recommend to them? What resources, books, YouTube channels, or something related to technology?
So if you are keen into technology, you must have following some channels on YouTube. So, like my major university was YouTube. I learned everything from YouTube. Be it tech stack, whatever Moon stack I had, learning Python, little bit about web development, following a JavaScript course, how does JavaScript work by Jonas Schmidtman, and like everything, Sharian's coding school for front end. So I went through everything that was online and for free. I never paid for any courses like that. Only course that I paid was for in the first year that was from Apna College DSA. Other than that, I have not paid for any course. And everything that I've learned is from YouTube. Pretty much like if you ask me for front end, I followed Sharian's coding school. For back end, I followed Piyush Garg. And for JavaScript, learning JavaScript as a whole language, how event loops work and everything. So there was a course by John Schmidtman. So it was a complete course around JavaScript that helped me a lot. So this was all about this. And then Next.js and Next.js and other things I learned from Giant Code by Hitesh Chaudhary.
Okay, so yeah, it looks good. How many projects you did in your 4 years of computer science?
If you consider micro projects, I had many, but still, if you ask me for my major production implementation, I had 3 to 4 projects. In one was FIO. FIO was like a food ordering app that I implemented for college so that people or students, faculties can order online from app, and this app was also there with the canteen providers that they were available in college. So yeah, that was built on Next.js framework. The one other project that I had was VTGPT. VTGPT was very similar to ChatGPT, but very specifically for college purpose. So we ingested some notes and then made a model around it, and we were able to fetch answers that were applicable in exams. Like if you write those exams, you are eligible to get maximum marks. So yeah, that's how we trained a model and then build an application around it. So these were my 2 major projects. But rather than I had United Banks of DSATM and some little minor projects that I had.
Okay. So there is something like if you want to excel the coding round, you have to be very good in at GitHub, hacker rank, you have to score like coins and all those things.
Mm.
So do you have anything related to that?
Uh,
Or you
truly,
have done anything?
truly speaking, I don't have anything on hacker and lead code, nothing like that. But because I told you, as I told you, like my major focus on was on development. I learned web development into depth. So my major focus
Okay,
was
yeah.
on web
Uh,
development, how to build systems, how to build scalable systems, learning system designs, how softwares are built, web softwares are built. So my major focus was that, and because of these things, I probably missed out on DSA. But I won't recommend this to everybody because I had keen interest in web dev.
yeah, yeah. It
Doesn't
depends
mean,
on your
yeah,
interest.
it depends on company. Like it was my luck that PhonePe didn't ask DS at all. Like they asked, but it was very basic. That it was that basic that anyone can solve it. So, but yeah, my recommendation to all those seeing this podcast would be ki first year you should dedicate to DSA. Rather
And
not
your
just
logic
first year,
building.
yeah, rather not just first year. You should dedicate 2 years of your engineering onto DSA so that you are able to crack at least first round. Because See, this is the filter that every company has. If you know DSA, you are into the second round, otherwise you are not. So what I'll recommend is give at least 2 years for DSA and then jump into development because nobody will ask more in depth into development. If you have done development, you'll be able to crack an interview, and whatever the interviewer asks you for the questions are regarding your project, you will be able to answer if you have done your project. If you try to copy projects from internet and make them see as you have built them, they'll easily catch you and they'll get a hold of
Okay, so other than DSA, what other courses like as you said, SQL was there, database management system.
you.
What other subjects were asked in your interview? Like something related to operating system, because these are the like things which we study in our coursework. So how was it? Like it's like they asked all those questions related to OS and
No,
DBMS.
I didn't see much questions around OS in the interview. See, it's very specific to company. I had given interviews for other companies also. They were asking OS in very good amount, but not the same case with PhonePe. PhonePe didn't ask much about operating system. Rather, they focus on their job
No,
description,
not
whatever they.
only not only on operating system like no SQL, computer networks, cloud, all those things which we study in our curriculum. Was it asked in your interview? And how much it is helpful?
See, speaking truly, coursework will just build your basic and will just fetch you marks, not nothing more than that. But if you want to actually excel in computer science field, building software, scalable softwares, so you'll have to beat around the bush, learn more than the college, go to YouTube, go to other websites, resources, find some good resources, try to take as much knowledge as possible from those resources, and then build your own. This will be my first and foremost recommendation: build your own. Don't try to copy things like just don't try to copy code from ChatGPT and build something like that. Go there, build your own system, try to code yourself rather than using
Yeah.
it.
So yeah, Vinayak, that's all from my side. Do you have any questions for me?
And no, no, nothing like that. I enjoyed. Thank you for having me at your podcast.
Yeah, thank you so much. So anything, any advice you want to give to your juniors or your own classmates? Anything like that?
My recommendation will be the same, like just try things out. Don't be shy. Don't be like, I won't be able to code. I have not done coding in like last 4 years. How will be able to crack the interview? Just doesn't matter. People can learn coding in just 6 months. You just have to put your efforts on. Plenty of opportunities there in the industry. If you are eligible for something, you'll find something and so on. So just don't get shy. Don't be shy. Don't stop yourself. Just code. If you like to code, whatever you like, you do. But if you like to code, go hit some code and that's all. You'll crack something.
Okay,